everybody, and welcome back to Saturday Night Live with Sartix. I am your host, Sartix. And with me, I have a very special guest. My guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, fellas. I'm the old prospector. I don't fucking know.
He's the prospector.
I don't know.
My boy!
Hey,
My boy
how
so
how it
sound.
be? How it do?
It do be the how of the good and not the bad, and definitely, certainly not the ugly.
Well, I don't know about the bad because of certain things we're going to talk about in the thing. Oh,
Yeah.
more bad for you rather than bad for me. But
Well, I mean,
it's fine.
you've had some experiences with it.
Oh yeah, no. I've told you the thing. We'll talk about it.
First off, shall we get into what's new with the world? The news. Bad news.
Sucks. Everybody's against you. The government's against you, and everything sucks. That's what it is.
Well, that's not quite what I was getting at, but yes, I'm glad to see that you're wise. But
Con is coming soon. Hopefully gets revealed.
Wait, what's coming soon?
It's a Hasbro Pulse convention that that is coming out. No, it's so there's gonna be, I think, okay, let me see what is actually coming out, because there's like a whole bunch of stuff. It's like Marvel Legends, GI Joe, Transformers. Actually got right here. All right, okay. Power Rangers, Fortnite, Marvel, GI Joe, Magic the Gathering.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say Magic Mike, and I was like, hold up.
No, but Indiana Jones.
Yeah, well, the fifth movie got the teaser was confirmed by Harrison Ford himself. I'm honestly very worried about how they're going to ruin this one.
Didn't you hear that they were going to try to make like a I don't know. This just take what I say with a grain of salt. They were going to try to do the whole replacing thing, passing down the torch, which I'd be fine with. They just have to do it well. That's the thing.
Well, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've heard rumors that Steven Spielberg said that it's time for Indiana Jones to retire, and it's time to pass the torch on to Indiana Jones. And
right.
Here's the thing. I like women, and I like badass women.
Good way to segue.
The problem is, it would be so over the top that it wouldn't be believable. Like, I remember seeing the trailer for Atomic Blonde in theaters, and I was like, that don't look half bad.
No.
I saw the reviews. I haven't seen it from my eyes. I mean, maybe I would like it. Who knows? But I've heard I've seen the reviews. I've heard about it, and from what I've heard and seen, it's garbage.
It's a no-go, homie. It's alright. Okay.
Like, it pisses me off when they gender bend certain characters, because from what I heard, that was like supposed to be the take of a female James Bond. And,
right. Yeah. No Time to Die. I think it was.
Well, no. Like, it is. That's what Atomic Blonde was supposed to be. It's supposed to be like James Bond, but if he were a woman.
Oh. Right. Yeah. I got you.
That flopped. We all know how Ghostbusters 2016 went.
Yeah. Well, then they've done it before. I mean, like they've done it with Cardoon, which that whole thing kind of went down the drain. With the actress, which
it's not even like that bad. She was literally just saying like, hey, if you disarm yourself, this is what could lead to it. And there, yeah. I mean, literally today there was or not today. I think this happened Sunday. A man ran over a child, like teenager, or got into a car accident with him, but purposely ran him down because of political reasons. Like,
oh yeah.
I won't get into it, but it's like,
yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah,
it's just absolutely ridiculous. But we're not here to talk politics. We're here to talk about what you were talking about, Transformers, and like Indiana Jones is coming back. Yay. By the way, that reminds me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but just really quickly, I had this was shortly after Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out, and my dad had bought me a bunch of action figures for Indiana Jones. I had a temple piece. It was like going into the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull temple piece. I had Indy from the fourth movie. I had a Reyna Spalko with a Russian soldier. I also had Indy from Raiders of the Lost Ark with Marion when they're in Cairo. She's got the pan. The little monkey came with it. And I think I had a few more things. Like, I just want to talk about the quality of the figures. They sucked. They absolutely sucked. Marion's hand broke. Reyna Spelko's swords broke. The AK-47s were made of rubber, and if they were put in a bin for so long, they would bend to a certain angle, and you're looking at it, it's just like, this thing looks like it's made of rubber.
Right? Yeah. No. If you ever do run into that again, if you ever do, start collecting figures, hair dryer works like a
Probably never, but hair dryers. Here you go, folks. Hair dryers work.
Usually bends it back into shape. That's just a little thing from the action figure community.
Now, I actually will try that because my my Plasma Dragon Crimson, the red one that I did the unboxing for, I just pulled him out of his egg today, and I'm looking. I mean, he had this problem when he came like right out of the egg. Like when he was brand new.
Yeah.
And his horn is tilted all the way to the left side, and he almost looks like he's got some sort of mental problems.
You're getting crayons and coloring books for the rest of your life.
Literally. So I'll have to try that, see if that works. But you have no idea how many times I've used a hair dryer just because I don't know if you've ever owned an airsoft gun, but in the airsoft community, a lot of us don't like our orange tips because, number one, very easy to spot if you're trying to hide in the bushes. I will not tell you how many times I've been spotted because of an orange tip. So those are all gone. But a lot of the times they're glued on. It's just like they're little plastic caps that go over it, and the hair dry.
It'll melt the glue. Yeah.
I've sat in my bathroom with my oven mitt on, holding the barrel of a gun. Not just because, like, so... The barrel of the gun gets hot, because most of my guns are metal. And so you heat your hand up, and then you're like, oh, look at that. My skin is melting and fusing with the metal. Yeah. But it's also oh my god, this hot air is blowing on my hand, and it's drying it out. My skin is getting cracked, and it's drying out faster than the Mojave Desert.
Right. No. It obviously don't melt your action figures, right? Don't put it on like do it low and slow, right? Do it on your figures, especially on your figures. Don't, just very carefully, low and slow. Works like a charm. So far, it's worked out.
That's going in the tangy quotes. Do it low and slow. Sir Sound.
You're low and slow.
I feel bad because I really want you to get back to your thing about like the Transformers and action figures and all that, but I remember.
I was just gonna say, like, it's just I'm really excited. I'm hoping that they do end up giving us some more stuff for because oh my gosh, I was so mad that they just did this. Okay, so there was like a 2A, whatever it's called. It was a movie event, right? Where companies were showing off a bunch of their movie stuff and like their cartoons, stuff like that. They promoted that they were going to they did half their deal. They showed off the new TV show, which is called Earthspark, the new Transformers thing.
Okay.
But they also promoted Rise of the Beast, which is the newest movie.
Yes.
And they showed nothing of it. They just said, "Hey, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna none of the movie, none of the movie. Completely bait and switched us. So mad. What I'm hoping to do with this, what they're gonna do, is show off some toys at Hasbro PulseCon. That's what I'm hoping.
I mean, that's typically what they do. They'll show off the toy first.
Yes, get people excited for the marketing and make kids want to go out and buy the toys, go see the movie. That's how marketing works, fellas.
Well, because I mean, I
If
remember
you,
before Bumblebee hit theaters, there were designs that were already shown for Megatron just because it was an action figure they were wanting to make.
yeah,
So
well, that movie went through so much like redesigning and better for it because it's really good. I know we've talked about the design. You know, not
yeah,
a
I
big
mean,
fan of them.
I well, no, I mean, I love the designs because like it is very G1, but the look itself is just very cartoon. I mean, very cartoony.
Yeah,
It's kind of how I look at like Halo 4 and 5. Halo 4, I do like that design, honestly. The only thing that I didn't really like were the grunts and the elites, but I like the jackals and the Spartans. I thought looked fucking amazing. I like the high detail. Um, and it looked very very realistic, especially for just being like late Xbox 360. Halo 5 comes out, and I'm looking at this, and I couldn't put it on. I was like, God, what? This just looks wrong and weird.
right.
And I was like, it looks plasticky. It looks like it's an action figure. That was my
Right.
whole thing, and that's my whole thing with Bumblebee, is because it's it's such a very cartoony
It's
look.
yeah, and
Like
yeah, I
they
can agree
didn't
with that
try
because
they didn't try for the realism that Michael Bay's animation brought. As shitty as those movies were, um,
no, but here's the thing:
those Transformers looked amazing.
they're still nostalgic to me. You know, I have a whole. I think I've shown Trevor this. I have a whole shelf of like
Mm.
original. I have the studio series, which is the newer version of the movie toys. But I have the original toys from the Bayverse, like up on a shelf proudly, like high up there. I love the Bayverse.
Like
It's
the robots
bad
look great.
movies, but
It's just it's the storylines that
they're
suck.
cool. But they're cool. But they're just cool.
I mean, I remember I got an Optimus. I don't know what like what class it would have been. I want to say maybe it wouldn't have been deluxe. But
Voyager. It's probably Voyager.
probably Voyager class. I got we'll just say Voyager for the sake of it. I got Voyager class Optimus, and that was it for the first movie. I never got anything from the second movie. I wanted to get leader class Optimus, Megatron, and Jetfire because leader class Optimus, Megatron, and Jetfire. Um,
All right. Do you still want that? Because like I don't know. I've just been thinking. That's all. That's all. Just for
I mean,
stuff for the stuff in the
honestly,
future.
Transformers is just kind of like I've definitely died out of it a lot more, but
Yeah. Like I
eventually
said,
I'll probably look around and pick them up. But
I don't. Oh, wait,
I
okay.
got
I know I've done this a good couple times. I've done this on call, private call, and I've done it here. I don't mean to bring Transformers into
no,
everything. I
dude. Hey,
don't.
this is what the show's about. We're talking about fun stuff, and we're having a
Oh
laugh.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, not definitely.
But I
But
also got leader class Bumblebee for my birthday from Dark of the Moon, which came with a deluxe
oh god,
class Starscream, and then I also got leader class Ironhide because I love Ironhide. Um,
dude, you got that. Oh my gosh, that is such a
it's
good
such a
figure. I
good
don't even
figure.
know.
I've also got the deluxe figure of Ironhide, which honestly that wasn't bad either.
No, it isn't. That's the
Um,
thing.
it was almost kind of cooler than the leader class, but
Yeah.
in its own regard. But I think
Yeah.
that was it that I got for Dark of the Moon was just those four figures.
I got the. I was able to snag because mostly I asked for stuff for my birthdays. I managed to snag the OG '07 movie Optimus, which I actually prefer. I know the other one
Like the leader class.
objectively is better, the leader class. I know
Oh shit!
objectively the first one is like the lesser of the two, and the second one is better. But I just prefer the original just because it's cool.
I
It's
al-
just cool. It's a big chunky robot, and I love it.
I also just remembered I got two Optimus from Dark of the Moon. I think it was like
Right.
it was called Fireburst Optimus. He was a deluxe class, but he looked cool. I like that look for the figure. Um, but then I forgot I got this for Christmas because I saw it in the like Walmart one day, and I thought it was leader class, but it wasn't. I got
Yeah.
Optimus with the trailer that turns into a mech.
Ultimate Optimus Prime. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. I
Yeah,
gotta pull
yeah.
a picture of that. I just want to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh,
I definitely want to. I got another topic, just kind of relating back to Indiana Jones, but I want to finish this real quick because I really want to talk about something that me and you talked about a little while ago, and
God.
it's so disappointing.
I started looking up Ultimate Optimus Prime, and the second thing that comes up is
Oh,
Angry Birds.
what?
I
Okay.
don't know. Oh, yep, that's it. I love how they made it a mech as like the action figure, but in the movie it
Yeah,
was like an arsenal.
and that's cool. I think that is kind of cooler to me. Like the Arsenal is kind of cool, because I mean, it's cool to have a mech trailer. I've always kind of wished that Optimus Prime's trailer turned into a mech, but it doesn't really appeal. The Ultimate Optimus Prime doesn't really appeal to me. It's kind
And
of too
now
toyetic for me.
I'm sharing my screen here, but like this is
Yeah.
just because
Yeah.
the smaller Optimus there. That's the Fireburst Optimus that I had. I really like that design for him.
Oh no. Oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of the Optimus figure that I got with the trailer, but
Right.
that's just
Right.
me. That's just me.
It's
uh,
just life.
I mean,
But
I've seen a figure. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you again, but I've seen a figure
right.
that's a Dark of the Moon, yeah, Dark of the Moon style Optimus, but leader class that comes with a trailer that is
Oh,
actually the Arsenal.
that's a Takara exclusive
Yeah,
to like
okay, Takara
Japan.
Takumi,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Takara told me. Yeah, that's.
Oh,
I
I
wish they
just
would have.
oh
No, one more thing. Okay, I'm sorry. One more
no
thing.
no no, no you're good.
Uh, okay, so Q, right? In Dark of the Moon,
Yeah,
Q, right? Right?
the what was
They,
supposed to be Wheeljack.
yeah. I don't mind him as well, Jack. I mean, honestly, it's kind of weird, but that's the premise. That's the
I'll
basis.
give my opinion on that after this. So you keep talking.
But they made a figure, right?
Hmm.
But they only released it in Japan, only in Japan,
Yep.
and it was only an import. And it wasn't the fact of like, oh, it's a remold. No, it was completely new, like new mold, everything. They just never released it in the U.S. or anywhere else in the
But that's
world.
literally how it goes, and that's what's so depressing about it.
Yeah, no, they and for the longest time, and still Studio Series. Thank goodness Studio Series actually gave us this. Dino, they did Takara Tomy did a Dino at one point, and they just never released it in the U.S. for Age of Extinction. I don't know why, but because he wasn't in that movie,
One
but
movie short there, pal.
a little late on the party there, bud. But that was the only way you could get a Dino figure, unless you just wanted to go for the the Legions class or the Legends class. That's the only one you could get.
Yeah,
But
it just didn't make any
it's
sense.
just weird. Anyways, you continue.
Oh, but no, I don't know. It's just I wanted to say I wanted to give my opinion on something, but I couldn't remember what it was about.
The Q
Oh,
design.
Q, yeah. Uh, so, like, I liked him as just like his own kind of like character.
Yeah,
I don't think that he needed to be like Wheeljack.
Wheeljack.
That was always. I mean, like Dino, for example. That's like supposed to be
Mirage.
Mirage. Like, I never understood that kind of portion of it, but
No.
to each their own, I guess. Um, yeah. But no,
Well, the
you
reason
wanted to get
why.
on. Oh yeah, you go ahead, and then you wanted to get onto something else.
No, it's just the reason I'm going to explain the reason why, because this is Transformers is my Bionicle. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Love Bionicle, love it to death. Wouldn't be where I am today without it. Love it, fantastic line. But sound like Donald Trump there. Sorry. Wonderful line.
It was
It's
a
absolutely
fantastic line.
wonderful.
Listen, Transformers had a good run, okay? But now it's time. It's time for Bionicle, the most fantastic piece of media in the history, to take the ropes.
Exactly. It's supposed to be great, fantastic, best toys ever. We're gonna make the best toys in the U.S. Oh my. Okay. But but the reason why they couldn't make certain characters a certain color is because they usually would use concept designs like a Bumblebee.
Mm-hmm.
And since they use obviously since Bumblebee became popular in the yellow design, they kept using the yellow design. But for people like Dino and Ferrari, they wouldn't. They made only a certain amount of cars at the time because they wanted to use the newest cars that were coming out that year.
Yeah, that's
Um,
That's an understatement. Bumblebee is
And
a 2006 2007 brand new Camaro, because that's when the Camaro got discontinued, and then it came back, and it's like, okay, new Camaro. Revenge of the Fallen, even though it was technically the same body style, it was the brand new Camaro. Dark of the Moon,
right.
2013 Camaro. 2014
That's
came out, or 2012 I think is when Dark of the Moon. Regardless,
yeah.
Revenge of the, or not Revenge, the fourth movie came out, Age of Extinction. Oh, brand new Camaro, and then in 2017, he was the
brand new Camaro. Same thing with even the same thing with Crosshairs and Drift. That's the reason Drift was red. That was the reason Drift was turned red, is because they didn't have that car in Drift's kind of lighter shade of blue at the time. So it's all about the new cars. It's these whole franchise, like obviously it's one big advertisement, but the Bayverse was just one big advertisement, man. It was.
I'm not sure if like. I know you don't know cars as much as I do, but literally all the Autobots. I don't know about Optimus, just because I don't know what company makes Peterbilts, because that was his semi truck for the first 3 movies.
Longer truck.
But Ironhide, Jazz, Bumblebee, what's his name? God, Ratchet. They were all
Ratchet.
GM, whether they were GMC, Chevy, Pontiac, or I thought there were some Cadillacs in there. But regardless, but Michael Bay is like he's like me, where like I like Fords, but it's just all GM.
No, but the thing was, the reason they killed off like Ironhide was, I think it was the only reason was because the car was being discontinued that particular year. Like his truck mode. That was the only reason it was dying. I'm like, why not just give him a new car mode?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like after seeing those movies, I wanted that truck so bad.
No, that truck is amazing, dude. That's absolutely fantastic. Couldn't drive it. I like smaller. I like smaller cars. I don't like.
I mean, after driving the work trucks that I drive, I could basically drive anything that's not a semi.
Right. Fair. Valid.
I just remembered something else I was going to talk about, but now I forgot it again.
No, go ahead.
Well, there was this. This is going back to the whole hair dryer thing. Dude, I don't know what it is. Like all of a sudden, I'm like blanking on words and names. But going back to the hair dryer thing, it reminded me of this back in when I was just a wee lad. Before, I think it was like 2010, around that time when BioTube was just kind of sprouting. There was this person who took a hot knife to their Vacama mask to make it look like it had a scar. And I was like, I want that so bad. But I was scared of anything that produced heat.
And
I've had this conversation with Biorock, dude, because it was Biorock, and I think I can't remember what he goes by Replicator, but I don't know what his I can't remember what his Bionicle account is. But I was having this conversation with Biorock, Replicator, and myself on when we were young and dumb and almost blew up the house because I was like, because like the guy in the video was like, hey, do not do this at home. This is very unsafe. Ask for parental supervision. And it was like all you got to do is heat up the knife in the oven and then use it to kind of like just so it's hot enough that the plastic kind of melts. But I was like, oven's scary. Microwave next best thing.
Fire bad, rain bad.
I am so glad that my mom was upstairs at that point because I literally dig into the drawer, pull out a butter knife, and she goes, and she sees me walking towards the microwave, and she goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm gonna heat up this knife and use it to melt my Bionicles." And she goes, "No."
No. A freaking butter knife.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
we did stupid stuff like that. We all did stupid, like split second decisions that could have burned the house down. But it's we all did it. It's fine. It's fine. It's all
As long as your
right.
parents were there and your dumb decisions.
Right. It let them make your dumb decisions for you. Uh,
You see, we're not gonna play with this knife in the microwave because it could cause our house to not
because
exist
it could
anymore.
blow up. Because it could blow up, and you might not have your room to play with bionicles anymore.
In terms of house, you have no house.
Turns out.
Oh,
Oh my gosh,
okay.
no. But Indiana Jones stuff.
Mm.
I was just, unless you wanted to get on something else, I was just going to talk about that.
I
Um,
would love to talk about Indiana Jones. I don't know about anybody else, but Indiana Jones was
oh, dude, it's
oh
my favorite. It's my aside from Lord of the Rings, it's probably my favorite trilogy of all time.
oh
It's
100%.
my favorite movies of all time. I consider it like one of the best, if not
Dude,
the best trilogy of all time.
here's the thing that it really made me upset because I would often host movie nights, especially during the summer after like we junior year going into senior year, and then after we graduated high school, and before COVID hit, and even after COVID hit, I would always host movie nights with my friends at my house, and summer of 20. No, it would have been summer 2016 because that was election year. That was when I found out that I did not want Hillary because we watched
Right.
13 hours The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. For those who have not seen it, the soldiers who survived have come back and said, "Yeah, that's pretty
I
fucking
thought
accurate to what went on." And that was all Hillary Clinton's fault. I don't care
I
what you
thought we
say,
were going
but
to talk about politics on this podcast.
technically it shouldn't be politics because this is
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I wouldn't put this under politics because it's American
Human,
soldiers died.
human lives. Yeah, yeah, no,
But
fair. Okay, valid,
regardless,
fair.
that
Continue,
summer
carry
we're
on.
doing movie night. And I
Yeah,
was like,
no,
hey guys, let's do a marathon of Indiana Jones. We'll watch the first three because those are the best. And everyone's like, ew, no, what? Excuse me, what?
What?
Excuse me, excuse moi.
Excusez-moi. Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth. Took
Like
the words right. There we go.
nobody wanted to watch it. I was like, "How? These are such
Nobody.
good movies." And they're like, "No, it's stupid. It's dumb." It's like,
They're
bruh.
good. They're one of some of the best movies of all time.
Like, yeah, sure. Every movie has its faults and problems and things that make it
Sure.
go,
No.
"Okay, yeah, this was bad." But you can't. Indiana Jones 4 was like, it was bad, but it was still enjoyable. Like, who
Right.
doesn't love an action hero swinging around a whip, pistol whipping guys in the street?
Literally just.
And
No. No.
I
Exactly.
just found out the other day that Temple of Doom is a prequel.
Oh, you just found that out?
Yep, I recently just found that out.
Yeah. No. It goes Temple of Doom, Raiders, and then whole Last Crusade.
In Last
And
Crusade,
man,
that is such a good movie.
Last Crusade is. Oh my god.
I remember
Um.
I loved those movies as a kid, and my mom bought. This was before the fourth one came out, and I had no idea that they were making a fourth one, but um,
Oh.
she bought me the trilogy, and they each have their own respective kind of like personalized sleeve. Like the first one is, it's got like this nice like kind of metallic 3D sheen and everything. So you run your hands over the sleeve and everything, and you can feel it. Like it's got some bumps and grooves on like some things here and there. The second one, I don't think the sleeve was very unique. It was just a regular like DVD cover sleeve. The third one was a holographic one, so the more you move it, it's like the closer Indy and his dad got, and then in the background you can see Indiana Jones riding like the horse, and the more you turn it, the faster he rides the horse, which was awesome. And going into summer, from like the summer going into my fourth grade year, I broke my arm, and that is literally all I did. The first day after breaking my arm, my mom brought me to Toys R Us. I got Hydraxon. But literally, from that point up until the end of summer, all I did was watch Indiana Jones 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, and that's when I found out they were making the fourth one because they put the trailer in for those ones.
Right.
Oh, Indiana Jones is such a good movie.
No, I actually found out like that they were actually really good like later in life. I found out maybe when I was about maybe like 15, 16, something like that. And so my movie theater has like a flashback front, like a flashback cinema kind of thing, right? And my dad's a big fan of it. My dad is a big fan of Back to the Future and Raiders, right? He liked those two movies. That's kind of some of the favorites. So I went with him to kind of just say, hey, I've finally seen these movies, and I was like, oh my gosh, I actually love these things. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like once I got out, it was just like, this was a PG. Like,
dude, I'm surprised. Well, and actually, I gotta look up the ratings here because they technically should be rated R. I remember the first time I saw the ending of Raiders, I was like, what the I could not watch it as a kid. That was so... Because I was scared of skeletons. And I watched Raiders, and oh my god, that literally scarred me for a long time. And then, I watched the second one. I was like, okay, this is kind of spooky. And then I see the heart getting torn. I was like, what the
No, like, you see a guy's face melts with blood and guts.
Oh my god, yeah, they're PG.
You see his head explode. No, you see a guy's head explode. Like, it's not. It should be an R.
Then get to Indiana Jones 3, and I was like, okay, this ain't so bad. And then he drinks from the wrong cup. I was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
It just went slowly from bad to worse.
What's happening to me? Like, God, that does still kind of get under my skin because it's unexpected.
It's it's so sudden, and
there's very few things that make me uncomfortable. Yeah. Very few.
But for the time, that looked good.
It still looks good.
And then you've got Indiana Jones 4. I was like, after knowing what happens in those three movies, I was like, okay. Where's the horror? Come on, there's gonna be a nice, tasty horror scene in here somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit disappointed at first. She just her eyes caught fire. She basically just pulled a Grievous and then disintegrated, which honestly was kind of disappointing. And maybe they kind of realized, kids watch these more than adults do. Maybe we should just kind of tone it down a bit. Which, okay, yeah, you're not going to scar as many kids.
No, but then they had the ant scene. They had the whole big ant scene. You remember that?
That was pretty kind of gruesome, especially when they crawled into his mouth and dragged him away. But honestly, I think that scared me more than what happened to Irena Spalko.
Exactly.
But
goodness.
It makes me curious to see what the fifth movie will bring.
They need to have those essentials. That's the other thing. They can do whatever they want. I just want that one horror scene to make up for 4.
Something else I want to mention with these movies is because, like I said, I broke my arm, and my mom was so mad at me because I didn't go outside. I was like, well, I don't want to. My arm hurts. And she goes, you need to get outside and get some fresh air. The first step I took outside, I slipped on the step and re-broke my arm.
Oh, dude.
I remember, I just remember taking a step out of our garage, and she was in the garage talking with, just a neighbor that was around, and my sister was outside playing with one of her friends, and I slip and fell, and she looks, and I'm sitting there, in pain and angry.
Look what you did to me!
Exactly. And we go to the doctor the next day, and he goes, yep, he re-broke it. You're going to have to stay in this soft cast for another couple weeks. And I literally remember hearing the news and just slowly turning my head and looking at my mom, and she goes, I am so sorry. But hey, I got to watch more Indiana Jones.
There we go.
Did you ever have any of the Indiana
Oh,
Jones Lego sets?
I had the one the first kind of little boulder escape
Oh
kind of
my
set. I
god.
had that.
I never got it, but I knew friends that had it, and I was so fascinated by it.
No, exactly. It was so cool, and I still wish I had like the whole Indiana Jones figure complete because like I love it now. I'm like I want to figure
Dude,
that.
I've got so many of them. I'll have to dig through my Legos. I could probably send you one, but oh my
It's
god.
like an Indiana Jones like figure.
Yeah, like little Lego figure.
Hey yo, we we
I've
we gonna chat. We
I
gonna chat afterwards, right?
I've literally
We gonna
probably
make.
got about 4 or maybe even 5 of them. Because my first Lego Indiana Jones set was the one from the fourth movie with it came with Indy, Mutt, 3 little army ants, and then Arena Spalco. It was the tent scene. The little gimmick was with the table, like it splits in half. Um, then I got the duck, like the that military vehicle that they use in the fourth movie to ride through the water.
Mm-hmm.
I got that came with a tree that gave me Marion, another Indy, and 2 Russian soldiers with a little boat.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got from the Last Crusade, Indiana Jones, his father, and a Nazi soldier on the bike. With the
I don't know how. I have no idea how they got away with actually
well, I
having.
mean,
I
there
obviously
was never a single
they didn't
set that
have
had
the.
the Nazi flag, so it's like that it was kind of acceptable, you know. Like
But I mean, like
at that point, I think they just like named them like German soldiers, you know.
I'm sure they got
Which
rid of like the freaking swastika.
it's very
I'm sure that was
interesting because,
moved.
and I was thinking about this yesterday. I really want to go back and play my PS2 Lego Indiana Jones game. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god, it was so much fun. But in that game, they literally are called Nazi soldier, Nazi.
Really?
I'm pretty sure they are. I'm gonna look this up real quick, but
Yeah.
I can't. I
Oh,
also
let's
can't remember how many other Lego sets I had, but I know I've got a few. It was a lot of the small stuff, but um,
no, obviously, but
Lego
still, no, that's cool.
Indiana. God, I
Well, no,
can't.
because that's one of the that's one of the policies that Lego has is no kind of war vehicles, which we
Kind of
have
went out.
Star Wars,
Kind of went out the list
we have
there.
Star Wars, so I mean, like
Oh, maybe they weren't called Nazis, because that's
it
enemy
might not have,
boxer. I,
but I mean, well, and they did Transformers, which that's kind of war. That's the whole point of the Transformers is that it's an intergalactic war. They did Optimus, they did Marvel. They've made Red Skull figures, which he's
he is a
in the
Nazi.
MCU. He's like in the. I'm pretty sure in the MCU he is.
Oh,
Out of the comics, he is the right hand man to Adolf himself. So I mean, like that kind of
I'm pretty
doesn't
sure.
make sense.
Didn't they say that in the movie?
Something like that. I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen the first Avenger, which is bad because it is my favorite MCU movie. But but I'm pretty sure that's what he is. I'm pretty sure he's like at least one of the highest like ranking like Nazis in the
Yeah.
MCU. Like he's at least up there with freaking Hitler. So I mean, goes
By
out the
the way,
window.
I'm looking at the name of the characters now. It's not it is not Nazis
Right.
because the first thing I see is Bazooka Trooper. Um,
I figured they
I could
would.
have sworn I remember seeing Nazi. There's Colonel Vogel, Colonel Dietrich. Um, Obviously you got Elsa. She wasn't really anything. There's enemy guard, enemy butler, enemy officer, enemy pilot, enemy radio operator, enemy soldier. Yeah, another Nazi. I could have
Right. Yeah.
sworn that they had Nazi in there, but I guess not. You can unlock
Yeah.
Santa
No.
Claus in that game? What?
What?
Okay, I've literally got the game 100% complete.
Put it on
I've got
screen.
I've
Put it
got
on.
I've got Han Solo because they teased with that game. They teased the original trilogy for
Mm-hmm.
Star
Star Wars.
Wars. So I've got Han Solo. I didn't know Santa Claus was a thing. Same as for Dancing Girl 2 above. Once unlocked, Santa is only available for the Into the Mount. Oh, okay. Dancing Girl.
Okay.
Let's see. Dancing Girl. I love it. She's just
Dancing
dancing, girl.
Queen. Sorry, what's
This
that?
character only appears in the Shanghai Showdown level in free play. You won't see her on the character selection screen, but she will be available when you toggle through. Okay. Interesting.
You can dance. You can
Can
have
jive
the
time
time of
of
your
your life.
life.
We're just so out of sync there. But oh my god, dude, this game was so much fun.
I'd love to have a crack at it, but oh man, no, just Indiana Jones. I just okay. We got way off track from what I was actually about. That's my bad.
No,
But
dude, I mean, hey, we're having fun here. It's a good
this
time. It's a
is
good time.
we've talked about this before. I know we've talked about this before because it was so disappointing. Me and Trevor both unanimously, I assume, agree that Chris Pratt should have taken up the role of Zendy at some point.
I was gonna bring that up. That was one thing I wanted to talk about, but again, we got very, very
But
far
the
off
thing
topic.
was, he said that he's not interested in it, and it's so disappointing because he's afraid he's going to muck it up.
Well, no,
But like,
he said
no!
I read something somewhere that Chris Pratt said he was scared off of the role by Harrison Ford, and I did some digging. I couldn't find anything that said like that, that he said that. But at the same time, I know he has definitely like come out against it, and be like, hey, I don't really want to do it. Here's the
Yeah, I'm
thing.
looking right now. Harrison Ford doesn't want. I'm looking at a news article. It's small screen. Harrison Ford doesn't want Chris Pratt to play Indiana Jones. Let's look at this article.
We got to look at the sources there because I want to know how true that is. Chris
Yeah,
Pratt
that's
can, like, dude, he could pull off a young Indy so very well.
he did the. He can freaking. I believe Chris Pratt.
Chris
Chris
Black.
Pratt. Plaque. he's in a toothpaste commercial. Chris Pratt can play anything, in my opinion. He can play
Well,
anything.
because like
He did.
I
He did
just think
Star Lord. He went from Star Lord to the Terminal List. I mean, good lord, like.
I mean I think of if you've seen The Magnificent Seven, Chris Pratt's character Faraday, that is basically Indiana Jones right there,
Right.
just without the whip.
Right. Yeah. No, but I mean, like, I don't know, man. It's. I've always. I think Trevor brought this up to me, and it clicked so well. Like he would have been perfect. He would be perfect for it.
God, dude, he would do
Absolutely.
it. Like he would bring. It's just such a good. I feel like he'd bring a very large chunk of viewers to it just because he's very
Oh,
popular in other things. It's like, oh, hey, Chris Pratt's gonna play young Indiana
well,
Jones. This is an adventure movie. This would be awesome.
in my opinion, he does look a little bit like here, like at least
Yeah,
a little bit like,
he could
and a
definitely.
little bit like.
Hello.
But
Oh, sorry. I
oh,
wasn't sure. Like
well,
it just went like very quiet. I was
oh,
like, oh.
sorry, no, sorry about that. No, but he's just like it. He could play. He could play. He looks like Harrison Ford to me, at least to
Yeah.
me. Like the eyes. It's really the eyes for me
Well, I
that
mean,
look like
Chris Pratt's just got
Harrison
such a
Ford.
macho look in general too.
Well, and that works for Indiana Jones because Indiana Jones is a very macho like character. He's very manly, like if that makes sense, and without sounding too cringy, he's like
Yeah.
that's just his that's what it is. He goes, and this is what something that like really kind of there we go.
Yeah, I'm
Something
sharing
that
my
kind of
screen there. Like you can see, Chris Pratt fits into it very well.
yes, exactly. That's the thing. Something that a lot of people just do not get is that like people don't think like Indiana Jones has like a sort of kind of any kind of character. Just because the movies don't happen in the right order doesn't mean that he doesn't have any kind of character thing going. He goes from this very selfish, almost misogynistic like person like who doesn't care about anyone to like an action hero that really cares about people. If you look at it in order, it's a clear progression throughout the
Yeah.
whole movie, throughout the three movies. If you go, Temple of Doom, Raiders, and then Last Crusade, there's a clear transition from dirtbag to hero Andy. It's a
Yeah.
clear thing, and you don't get that. And it's like, especially like Big Bang. I already don't like that show just because it's stupid. But do not recommend. they try to make the argument, oh, he wouldn't have had a place there in the whole friggin' thing. Just he's useless. He's not. It wouldn't affect the movies. Yes, it would, because that's what the movies are about. It's about Indy, and you. Sorry, I just don't like. I don't like that.
I mean, I haven't really watched the full episode. Like, things that I've seen are pretty decent, but like, it's just like you can't have Indiana Jones without Indiana Jones, and you need like. I'm honestly shocked that Harrison Ford came back for this movie because he had no heart for The Force Awakens, which honestly, who can blame him? It's the sequels of Star Wars. There was nothing good that came out of those movies, really.
It's kind of like talking about Jar Jar Binks at this point. It's like, what's the point?
So I can understand why he would not enjoy like coming back to the Star Wars movies, considering he wanted Han Solo to die in Return of the Jedi. But I don't know. I'm nervous because, Hollywood has gone so far, again, not to bring in politics, but they've gone so far left, and all these movies, like, they're killing a lot of macho roles, and it's very concerning.
Who knows? Maybe this will be a Top Gun Maverick situation. Who knows?
I hope so. I really do hope so.
Top Gun Maverick was good. Don't like Tom Cruise. But
I cannot stand Tom Cruise. I do not hate anybody, but I despise and loathe him with a burning passion. But oh my god, Top Gun Maverick, the best movie I have seen in a long time.
Oh, it was definitely worth going to the movie theaters. And I actually got I didn't even pay a full price. They had like an off day for like a half off day for a cinema day, a national cinema day. That when I went to go see it, and I was just like, I had no interest in it, but like I just thought, but what, why not? It's half off. It's like $3 for a ticket, which is not, usually it's 10.
That's really good.
I'll go see it. It was good. It was good. I went in with low expectations and came out pretty satisfied with the whole movie.
Like I never saw. I still haven't seen the first one, and I hate myself for that.
Me neither.
But
you don't. That's the thing about it. You don't.
God,
see
the Top Gun movie.
You don't need to see the first one to understand the first one. You get everything.
You kind of do need. I mean, like they do show flashbacks to the first movie, and like it is kind of like made clear what happened.
But you get it. You understand it. You.
But to see, I feel like you maybe should see the first one.
No, no, I'm definitely going to at some point. But it's still good regardless. Yeah.
Oh boy, I have high hopes, and I really really hope that they deliver.
Oh.
Here's the thing. I probably should not have high hopes, because I had very high hopes going into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Loved the first Doctor Strange. Was like, oh my god, I cannot wait for the second one. The second one came out, I was like, oh my god, no, but I was in the group chat with, I'm with Teron, Cam, Rondax, Aquatics, and William Furno. He's not as active as we all wish he would be due to college, but we're all in the chat, and I think Teron was the first to mention, he's like, just saw Doctor Strange. Who wants to talk about it? And in all caps, I'm like, don't you fucking dare talk about this movie. I haven't seen it yet. It's like, I don't know how clear I've made this to the audience, but at least to Rondax, Teron, and Cam, I was more hyped for it than Infinity War. I thought it was going to be really, really good, and I was very disappointed with it. So maybe I should lower. Same with Jurassic World Dominion. I should really lower my expectations with the fifth Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah, and it'd be cool if it would get like a whole big redeeming thing, and it's not what you expected. But I don't think that's what's going to happen, man. I don't think it is.
2017 was kind of the year of the fifth installment of movies. Right now, I can only remember 2. But there were a lot of fifth movies in certain sagas and series released. The 2 most notable ones, Transformers: The Last Knight and Alien Covenant, which I know Alien Covenant was technically the seventh movie, but or sixth or seventh. It would be the sixth because they're working on the seventh right now, but
Right.
because it was called Alien, a lot of people just don't really tie Prometheus in to the Alien movies because they're not titled Alien. I still need to see Prometheus, but Alien Covenant was the fifth Alien movie. And oh my god. Oh, the third one. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Right.
All three of those movies sucked ass. I don't remember which one I saw first. I think it might have been The Last Night because that came out when I graduated. And
It's
I
The
remember
Last Night. Yeah.
well, no, I wasn't sure if that was the first one that I saw or not out of the three, but I remember seeing that one.
Okay.
I was like, "Oh my god, this makes no fucking sense. I'm so lost. There's just new things here and there that just don't make sense." We get to Alien Covenant, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And first half of the movie's great, and then it just goes right out the ass the second half, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And then Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh my god.
I've heard
dream I called you about. I think what was it,
Oh,
Tuesday?
the dream.
That dream
Oh my
would have made
god.
a far superior Pirates movie than what
It
they
would've.
shat out. And to be fair, what happened in Pirates 5 was by no means Johnny Depp's fault. Although they couldn't get him on set, and a lot of the problems that they had were because of Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp wasn't Jack Sparrow in those movies. Jack Sparrow died after the fourth one, but I blame that all on Miss Shits the Bed because that was
Pretty
when
much.
that was going on between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. That's when all that was happening. So I can understand like showing up to work like
Right.
let's just get this over with.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed.
And they did my boy Barbosa dirty.
Oh, they did. No, I did. A dream. Oh my gosh, the dream.
The dream.
You need to tell me. You need to tell me that. You need to tell me that. To tell that on a call one day with on the channel. Because good. Okay, I made a comment. I made a comment after he told me what he said. And it was like, so you've heard the thing of like dreams have meaning, right? What do we glean from this? What do we take away from this? Okay.
I honestly don't know. Either it means I'm going to get very close to Keira Knightley and kill her, or Harry Potter is a thing.
Right. It's connected to pirates. There we go. The viewers are probably very lost right now.
Oh,
but
I'm sure they are. And honestly, right now right now the viewers are on a need to know basis, and right now they don't need to know anything. Oh my god.
Goodness. But yeah, no, who knows? Like I said, Indiana Jones 5 might be a good movie. It might be a Top Gun situation. I doubt it, which sucks.
I'm just going into it with low expectations at this point because
What's so disappointing is that it's going to be the first like Indiana Jones movie for me in theaters, and that sucks, man.
I mean,
like
the fourth one came out in 2008, and I believe I was in. I would have been in third or fourth grade at the time. Yeah, because that's when the Fantoka came out. I would have been in fourth or fifth grade. I never saw it in theaters. And like you said, this is going to be the first one for me in theaters.
Like
for
the one,
obviously, both of us.
I said that like I've seen it, but that was a flashback thing. That was a flashback.
Yeah, yeah.
This is going to be the first new like Indiana Jones movie in theaters. I should have said that.
Yeah, I mean, I do know where you're coming from though because when COVID was a thing, I got to see Back to the Future 1 and 2 in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
which I also can't wait for the day that I've got kids and like they're old enough to kind of understand how
Oh
things
yeah.
work. So I can be like, hey, let's watch this movie, guys. And while they're watching, they're like, wait,
Kind of blow
it's like,
my mind.
yeah, this came out in like I can't remember the actual release dates, but like 1970s,
19, I think
1980s.
1985. I think is what it
It's
was.
like, yeah, this movie came out in 1985. I saw it in theaters. How old are you?
How old are you?
Literally, my boss's kids, they're like in middle
Yo, I got it
school.
right. My guesstimation was right. It came out in 1985. I
Fuck
didn't screw
yeah.
up yet.
But
Uh,
like my boss's kids literally refer to the 19 like they call it the 1900s. Like, oh yeah,
right,
my dad was born in the 1900s. It's like, holy fuck, that made me feel old.
right. Oh, man, no, but that's another trilogy. I actually just recently got That's my dad. I'm pretty sure that's one of my dad's favorite movies, if not his favorite
God, they're
movie.
so
Is
good.
Back to the Future. I
I
got him
still haven't
the.
seen the third one yet because I wanted to see it in
Oh, dude.
theaters, but I was seeing it with my buddy Reese. I saw one and two, and when they were
Mhm.
playing the third one, he was gone. And then when he came back, I was like, "Hey, let's go see Back to the Future 3." He's like, "Oh, they're not showing." I was like, "Oh, I missed it."
Yeah, no, I got my dad. They did a Back to the Future like Transformers crossover figure, like back in the like maybe back in like 2019, 2020, something like that.
So are we talking
And
Gen 1
like
or the
yeah, like
Babers?
no, they did it like years later, and they did the one of the DeLorean. It was a figure of the DeLorean that turned into a
Oh,
robot.
oh, okay.
She got,
My bad. I thought I don't know why I thought you were talking like about the movie theater, and it's like they did Back to the Future and Transformers like in the movie
no,
theater.
no, 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 not back to back. No, but
Yeah.
I wish. But no, but I got him that particular figure, and like and I really want it for myself, but I can't. Give it to him as a Father's Day present.
Dude, the same thing happened to me. So like,
But
it was kind of different, but it's very similar. Um, this is when Hero Factory had just started, so they were still like 2.0 wasn't even like teased yet, and I was still working on my collection. And I got myself I think I got myself bulk
mhm.
that day, but I came home with bulk and Stormer. Well, Stormer was for my buddy because he really wanted Stormer because he thought he was a really cool figure, and I
Yeah.
remember like giving it to him at his birthday party. I mean, he was ecstatic, and I loved that. But I was like,
Oh
oh, I really wanted that one too.
yeah, yeah. And no, but I want because like okay, for me it goes like okay, okay. This is my favorite franchises. Ghostbusters is third. Um, Indiana Jones is my second. Transformers is my first. Bionicle would be my fourth, but
Yeah.
they've made a an Ecto One, which is the car that the Ghostbusters use,
Oh my
and
god.
I want that so badly. I want it so badly. Like it's made up. Let me send a picture of it to you.
Yeah, please
It's
do.
done up. The robot mode is supposed to look like the Ghostbusters in their little jumpsuits, and it's even got like a proton pack on the
That's
back of him.
awesome.
Oh, cool!
And
Here, I was going to do the.
I would like to talk to you more about that. Maybe we could find some on eBay, but we'll have to talk about that in a moment because we will be right back after this short break.
Hell yeah!
And we're back.
Hello, right, fellas.
Hello,
But
sir. Okay, so you're
hello.
showing me this
But
Transformers figure.
sent to you in the chat.
I'm looking
In
at
the
it. It is very cool.
Yes, indeed. I thought I took a photo of the gigawatt because that's what it's called. It's called a gigawatt.
Okay.
The Ghostbusters, or not the Ghostbusters, the Back to the Future figure.
Oh,
Here,
okay.
let me send it real quick. 1 second. Oh, that reminds me. I'll tell you. I'll let you look at this figure, and I want to bring up something that's really freaking weird.
Okay.
But it's actually connected to Back to the Future.
All right.
Let me send you that right there. But
All right, let's take a look.
that's that.
I love that Transformers is doing this.
No, they're doing.
Rather.
Yeah, they're doing like crossover stuff like this all the time now. But the Back to the Future stuff reminded me of something that's kind of cool about like Back to the Future and Polar Express. Surprisingly enough.
Oh, all right.
Technically, if you look in the background of the inside the cab of the engine in Back to the Future, you can see a flux capacitor, which is the thing that makes time travel possible in the Back to the Future universe. And I sent the thing in chat.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, if you really, I know. Oh, this is it's a whole big thing. Oh, this is connected. Oh, this is connected. Either it's an Easter egg or they're connected. It's probably an Easter egg, but it's cool.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
that is a flux capacitor. No matter how.
What the hell? That is so weird.
It's
not like you can't just say that, like, just hope it. No, that is actually a flux capacitor.
It is. That's the thing. And the first time I saw that, I was like, "What? That's got to be something. No. Oh no, that's it."
Well, I mean, granted, it's only the end of September. I'll have to. Oh, hold up, one sec here.
Yeah, it's. We
okay,
can say this is not as a Christmas special.
Well, no, for whatever reason. Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong thing. But sorry. I mean, granted, like I said, it's only the end of September here. But Christmas is coming around the corner a lot faster than I would have liked. But my family watches that movie religiously on Christmas, so I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, as far as I know, that's that is real. Just it's the scene. It's in the scene with there's the tall guy and the short fat guy, right?
Yeah.
With the one with the tall guy with the beard. It's that, right? It's in that kind of scene, so you can kind of look.
I can definitely tell which scene it is.
Yeah, no, isn't that crazy?
Dude, that is insane.
The first time I saw that, I was like, that's not real. Like, that can't be real. I think it was made by wasn't it made by the same? Wasn't it made by Steven Spielberg though? Wasn't it?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Let me check that really quick. I will fact check that really quick.
But no. So you really want these figures? Have you tried looking on eBay for them?
They're so expensive on eBay, dude.
Okay. I've still got eBay pulled up on that thing that I want to keep a secret. But let's see here.
No, it wasn't directed by Steven Spielberg. It was by Robert Zemeckis, I think it was.
I have no idea who that. Oh, dude, that's not that bad. $40.
Oh, send me that listing. I need to buy
it. Yeah, I mean, like I'm seeing between like 30 and 40.
Give me that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad.
There's
then.
$30. Oh, that one is.
Oh wait, no, I'm looking for the Oh no, I'm looking for the Ecto one, the Ghostbusters one.
Ghostbusters Transformers.
That's the one I was saying. That's kind of expensive.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
No. Look at the first result.
Hold on one second. Let me get it up. Hold on.
My Little Pony crossover collection Ghostbusters Plasmane.
No.
Oh my god, that hurts.
That's.
We're gonna ignore the. Hey,
well, that's
$30. 100.
That's not too bad.
Dude, that is actually really good.
No, that's really good. No, that's
it's a bid. It's a bid.
Look. Filter it through by now. Try and filter it through by now.
Why are there so many My Little Pony ones?
I don't know. What was the thing? Oh, they've done a Transformers one too. You know that, right? of Optimus.
What do you mean?
They've done a My Little Pony Optimus, and they've done a My Little
No.
Pony in the Optimus colors. Yes,
No.
yes.
No.
Look it up. Look it up.
I don't want to. I really don't want. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
$85, $90, $80, $75,
Filter it through like
110.
yeah, in box. Well,
They're all
there's
in
a
box. Like that's
well,
it. They're all in box. That one's got
look
two.
at condition. Look at condition and put you like pre-owned or used. See if there's anything in there.
No.
Oh,
There's nothing
yeah.
used.
Dang, man, come on. Oh well, it is what it is. Maybe
That
I'll.
is. Oh,
Well, no, but it's still
there's
$80.
a used one.
It's still $80. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
$80 used.
Well, and the thing with the worst part is, I had an opportunity because they were re-releasing it for Afterlife, and they actually had another version of this figure, which I actually prefer over this one. It's the more rusted version, and it looks and I like the look of it better, and I just like the little goggles on its head. It actually has it down instead of up, and it makes it look. I think it makes them look a little bit more unique.
They're
But
still
that
so
had
expensive.
so many opportunities to get that one particular figure, but I wanted to save my money at the time, and it evaded me. I lost my opportunity to get it. I'm so mad that I did.
That's very disappointing. Speaking
Anyways,
of disappointing and eBay orders,
oh yep.
again, I'm not gonna talk about which one it is, but you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
because we were talking about this. This was literally last weekend, I think. Um, there was a certain thing that I was looking for that I just to complete the series. I couldn't find one. Just the one that I
Right.
needed. I found him in lots. It's like I don't need another one of that, and that one's just incomplete. But yeah, no, I bought the one that I needed because I found him incomplete, and then of course a brand new one shows up today.
Yep. Yep.
The pain.
Inbox
Of course I
too.
bought
That's
it,
the
but
thing. Yeah, no, he bought it. He still bought it, and like, sure, whatever, you can do whatever you want, man. I'm not, I've done that before. I've had experiences of that before. I had a Revenge of the Fallen original Soundwave that I got for in like in a lot that was like incomplete, and then I got one that actually was complete, like maybe a month later, and like another big lot. And I'm just like, what am I gonna do with this? What am I gonna do with this extra one? And I don't do that thing where like, oh, you get one to have it in robot mode, and you have one that goes in vehicle mode.
yeah.
I don't do that. I think it's pointless. But I mean, like, I was just like, what do I do with this? I mean, obviously sell it, but like, I don't know, man. It's just it sucks. It sucks to get like something that's you think is good, you think it's going to be good, you're going to stick with it, then you find the better version, like, later.
God, it's so aggravating.
Very aggravating, man.
I thought there was something else that I wanted to bring up on this. Oh yeah, well yeah, because like with Bionicles, it's just like, oh, I've got an incomplete Rudaka. Well, there's a complete one on eBay. Buy it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not the same.
Well, I mean, you can if you do end up getting the one upside and I think Bionicle has a bit of a pass here just because it is a building system. If you do end up getting an extra one later, you can just take apart your incomplete one.
Yeah, I
But
mean, you can either use it for parts or if you've got, like if I were in that situation, if I had all the parts available, I would try to build the shadowed one.
right.
But
Oh, yeah.
regardless, like just use it for parts. It's so simple.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, that do be how it do be. It do be how it do be.
That do be how it do be, and it be do how the be do. But the question
Dooby
is,
doo. I wanna be like you. Alright, sorry.
the real question is,
Yes, what's
be
up?
do it
Be
though
do
it be do
do
do do do be do be do do.
dee da dee do do dee ba dee. So what are we evolving into? The Krabby Patty.
Sounds like a lot of hoopla to make over one Krabby Patty.
God, that Krabby Patty secret formula.
Fuck, dude.
That's another topic we could get into, and how far SpongeBob has fallen.
Oh God! I mean, I haven't seen any of the new stuff. Well, I mean, like episodic wise, but I've seen plenty clips. I didn't like. I remember coming across the one where Mr. Krabs eats chum. Like he's secretly addicted to chum, and that was one of Gilbert Gottfried's last roles.
Oh yeah.
I'm moving to the picture scene.
Holy fuck is this? What holy hell?
Is it erotic? Oh, may that man rest in peace.
Godsend, man. Rest in peace. He was a godsend.
He died on my birthday.
Oh, dude. That sucks.
I killed Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, no. No, it was recent. No.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God, no.
I do have to say that I believe that the SpongeBob thing will have to wait for another day, because I do believe we're going to call it a night.
That's fine. That's cool. I had a good time. I had a really good time.
A good time was had by all, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But no, we want to thank you all very much for watching, and we hope that you guys enjoyed our ramblings and our rants. And we will see you guys in the next video. Have a good night, everybody.
Hello, goodbye.
Good night. Goodbye.
Good night. Goodbye.